Hello again, everybody. This is Marvelous Mark, and I'm here with a Raw review. Yes, a Raw review for August 25th, 2014, emanating from Anaheim, California. And this opening segment with the Hall of Fame panel of HB Shizzle, Shawn Michaels, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and Hulk Hogan, all talking about the main event rematch at Night of Champions between the new champion Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Talking about how they're all giving their opinions on how Cena is going to do and whatnot, you know. Oh, Shawn Michaels basically says he has no shot of winning. Then you got Ric Flair. He's talking about how he has a shot, but he's not going to win. But then you hear Hogan talking about it and how he actually does bring up the history between Brock Lesnar and John Cena, going back to that match at Extreme Rules in 2012 where Lesnar pretty much dominated like 95% of the match, and Cena ended up winning, which I thought was bullshit at the time. And then you had the match at SummerSlam about just over a week ago, where he was just completely dominant, and he made Cena his bitch pretty much. But then, predictably, John Cena comes running out there, and you think after the beatdown that he received from Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, you would be thinking that he would be, I don't know, maybe perhaps doubting himself, doubting the fact that he can touch Brock Lesnar. But no, he's still divine as ever. He's acting like nothing bothers him. He's not hurt at all. At least he didn't look like he was. And it's just like, God, doesn't anything affect this guy? I mean, really? I mean, my gosh. It's like he's not a fucking cyborg or anything. It's like, I mean, no matter what the WWE machine would like to tell you, that it's like, hell, nothing affects him. I'm just going there to beat his ass at Night of Champions. It's like, come on, dude. This is why people can't get behind you, Cena. Is because you don't ever show like any vulnerability, and if there's ever a time that you were going to show vulnerability, it'd be this time. It's like, you think you'd be doubting yourself, and it's like, God, I don't know if I can beat this guy. And all that good stuff, you know. But that's about all I can say about this. It's like, it's pretty much the same John Cena crap that we've had for the last 10 fucking years. Okay, then the next match was Rusev against Jack Swagger, rematch from SummerSlam. I don't know what they're trying to do here. I thought Swagger should have won at SummerSlam. I mean, with the rules of the flag match at all, but it must have been a different set of stipulations that we didn't know about. But anyway, Rusev ends up winning by a referee stoppage because, well, Swagger couldn't continue. His ribs were broke or whatever the hell. Then you see him in the training room, and Bo Dallas comes up to him and saying that he let down his country again. It's like, I mean, as far as the Bo Dallas stuff goes, I thought that was good. The Rusev match with Swagger, not so much. But if they're just setting up Rusev to be fed to John Cena, then this really sucks. Then he had this #1 contender match for the U.S. title between RVD and Cesaro. You got Sheamus sitting at ringside for whatever the dumb fuck reason, I don't know, but I don't know why they just don't turn Sheamus heel already. It's like, this is something that they should have done a while ago. And I mean, to me, he's boring as fuck. I mean, I've been bored with him for quite a while now, and then Cesaro, it's like, I mean, WWE's done about everything they can to make him as boring as hell too, and taking away his giant swing because we can't have you do that. You're a heel. You're not supposed to be doing things that are supposed to get you over as babyface now, are you? No. But Cesaro ends up winning the match, so we're gonna get probably a boring U.S. title match at Night of Champions or blah blah blah, and RVD's going off away again for a while, and who knows when he's going to be back. Oh, then you had another match between Paige and Natalya. Oh, gosh. Paige ends up winning this time, actually, and Then you got this weird ass shit between AJ Lee and Paige. It's like, God, I don't know what's going on here, but it's, yeah, I don't get a lot of that stuff. It's just more mind games from AJ Lee, I guess. But then you had the eulogy of Dean Ambrose with, oh, Kane and Seth Rollins were out there, and then Roman Reigns ends up coming down to break everything up. I'm guessing maybe this is going to set up another match at Night of Champions between Kane and Seth Rollins against Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, because Ambrose will be back from his movie by that time, and that kind of thing. But so I'm guessing that's probably where they're going with that there. Then for the WWE Tag Team titles, you got the Usos against Golden Stardust. It's like, the match itself wasn't all that bad, but the ending, you're turning Goldust and Stardust heel for what? This I don't understand either. Like, this is dumb. God, you could have gone back to WrestleMania and Goldust and Stardust could have, and Cody Rhodes could have had they could have had a singles match at WrestleMania, but they're keeping them a tag team, and now they're turning them heel? That's stupid. What the hell's up with that? And then this pre-taped segment with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. I guess it's just to keep them relevant on television, just because, because Lesnar's not going to be on TV very often, I guess, but this is just kind of dumb. Then Dolph Ziggler against The Miz again, seriously. But I guess it wasn't really The Miz, because he's got to protect the moneymaker and all. So it was Damien Mizdow taking the bumps for The Miz. I guess this kind of makes sense with The Miz's character and all, having him have a stunt double in Damien Mizdow. So that makes sense with the character and all. But still, it was still pretty boring, which was a common theme to the show. And then you had the Bella Twins reconciliation, or thereabouts, or whatever. Well, it kind of makes sense that Jerry the King Lawler would be in there, because you know how he loves those younger women. But this was a train wreck in the highest form. It's like, God, I don't know who in their right mind thinks that this would be an entertaining feud, but I don't. God, Nikki's a bad actor, and Brie is even worse. It was terrible, as Charles Barkley would say, terrible. Then you get that 2-on-1 handicap match between Roman Reigns against Kane and Seth Rollins. You know there's going to be something screwy going on there. So you get the DQ finish, and they're trying to go ahead and do what they did to Dean Ambrose last week with the curb stomp into the cinder blocks, if you will. But you just knew something was going to happen there. I think it's going to be more of a setup to they're probably going to have a match at Night of Champions, like I mentioned earlier. But it's nice to hear that they didn't really talk about the WWE Network all that much, although I am pretty excited to see old Nitro episodes being added to the WWE Network library, if you will, for starting up on next week, and just for the low price of $9.99. That's right. Then I'm not going to talk about Los Matadores against Heath Slater and Titus O'Neil, because really not much happened there. But then Bo Dallas against Kofi Kingston. Bo Dallas ends up winning, as he should. But at a couple of house shows this weekend, they were teasing that they're going to keep Kofi Kingston and Big E and Xavier Woods all together, like maybe the New Nation again. See, they're doing a house shows. How come they're not bringing us to Raw? I'm just saying here. And then afterwards, Swagger, evidently he's not a believer like I am, and he gave him that one belly-to-belly suplex or whatever the hell you call that thing. And then finally, you get to the main event. It's John Cena against Bray Wyatt. And which eventually turns into a six-man between Cena and Big Show and Mark Henry against the whole Wyatt family. So, hell, why bury one member of the Wyatt family when you can bury all three of them? Because that's about exactly what John Cena did. I mean, with all this shit going on, it's like, he ate all of them. He made Harper tap out, and that's about all I can say about that. And as far as my final thoughts on this show, this show pretty well sucked for me. Or I could say, as a two-word review for an old Spinal Tap album, like in the movie This Is Spinal Tap, shit sandwich. That's about what this show really was. A shit sandwich. Goodbye.